What is princess treatment? Do you deserve princess treatment? How do you get it? Well, let's dive in. Hello, I'm Francesca, vibrational love match strategist, helping men and women seeking loving, long lasting relationships to help magnetize their perfect partner. All right, princess treatment. That term has been trending a lot, and quite honestly, it's not a new concept. And so, a person of my age, which is still very young, it's just funny to see how terms change, but it's really the same idea. So, princess treatment or queen treatment, I think, is what we termed it way back in the day, simply means being cherished by your partner, right? It is not about money. And you will see a lot of videos on the Reelsies and the Tickety Tockety and the short skis that focus on that aspect of it. And that's not at its core what it's about. It's not about a man just buying you everything you want, whatever your whim is, catering to all your demands. That is not, cancel, clear, delete. That is not what it is at its core. So, like I said, really at the core of it, it's about being cherished, appreciated by your partner. And in this case, obviously a woman being cherished by a man. And so I'm just going to clarify a couple things before getting into this a little deeper. Men and women have different needs when it comes to relationship. Women want to be adored and cherished. Men want to be respected and appreciated. Those are two different types of needs, right? And so those are the things that each want out of a relationship. Perfectly fine. But it's something that when you are dating that you need to be aware of, because that will then affect how you act and interact. So if you have no concept of that, you may not be very successful in dating and in relationship. So first things first, everybody in relationship deserves respect. There should be a respect between partners. And if there isn't respect, that relationship is doomed. So first and foremost. And also note that men, quality men that are balanced and have a healthy relationship with themselves, have a healthy understanding of relationships, will have a drive, desire to be a provider and a leader in the relationship. And that doesn't mean like bossing the woman around or anything along those lines. It's more of an energetic stance because it is linked to that respect and appreciation. So obviously not all men are healthy in that way. And so if a man doesn't value himself, he can't value the woman. So if a woman has an expectation of a certain treatment, but the man doesn't value himself, he can't value her and therefore can't provide that treatment. Now, it's funny because I saw a humorous and cringy little video about this like a couple weeks ago. And I thought it was a parody at first. Like I honestly thought it was a skit because the young couple, they were out on a date and she was very much demanding princess treatment. You need to do this and you need to take me to this restaurant. And I can't believe you took me here. And how much money do you make? And like I said, at first, I honestly thought it was like a skit or a parody. And then the longer it went on, I slightly became a little horrified because I was like, oh my gosh, that's really cringy. So here's the thing, too. There's two parts of that. The man has to value himself and understand value in order to value somebody else, but so does the woman. If you don't treat yourself well, you cannot expect anybody else to treat you that way. If you don't value yourself, if you want a man to spend a spa day on you, you need to spend a spa day on yourself. So if you're not willing to invest in yourself, you absolutely cannot expect somebody else to do that for you, right? It is an energy that you hold. It is a vibration that you hold, that you value and you cherish yourself. And if you don't have that, because remember, the outer world is going to reflect your inner world. And granted, there's some blocks, videos for another day. There's layers behind that. But in general, that's how it works. That's the law of attraction. That's the law of vibration, the law of energy. If you aren't holding that inside, it cannot be reflected back to you. So if you've been dating and not very successful, the guys aren't quite what you want, take some time to reflect how you are holding yourself inside, or any discordant beliefs that you might have, and use that as fuel to then shift. So use that desire of what you want in the outer world to shift the inside, which will then ripple reflect, and then you'll eventually see it in the outer world. And what's interesting is the whole princess treatment, valuing yourself, cherishing yourself. It's very feminine. It's welcoming. It's inviting. When you are demanding and telling a man or somebody, this is how you deserve to get treated in X, Y, and Z, that is not a feminine energy at all. And it's a deterrent. It's like shoving away. It's a very masculine energy. So the feminine energy does not demand, right? It's more of a, this is the expectation. This is how I perceive things and what I'm willing to accept and not accept. So you absolutely do deserve to be cherished, but start by cherishing yourself first, and by respecting and appreciating your partner and what they are offering to you. And another thing too, I want to add in here, I think there is a misconception around first dates, especially with perhaps people that may not have a lot of dating experience. And I think from movies, social media, friends, all the things, the different layers, they expect to be wined and dined and taken to the most expensive restaurant and flowers. But how you need to look at how long have you been talking to this person? How long have they vetted you? A man isn't going to invest that amount of time, money, and energy if he doesn't know you. Like, you also need to think about the other person's experience and their perception as well. It's not that they're not going to do that. And in fact, the longer you date, the more of that both parties should be investing. The more time, the more energy, attention, etc. But set your expectations appropriately for a first date. A first date, seriously, is just to see if there is compatibility, if you enjoyed what you saw and heard enough to then make a second date. So I hope that this is supportive, helps clarify things, gives you some food for thought. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, click that subscribe. A huge thank you to all of my subscribers that have subscribed to date. I am very grateful to you. And until next time, more love vibes to come. Ciao.